Good evening and welcome to Emirates News broadcasting from Dubai. I'm Katie Jensen. Here are the headlines tonight. The Crown Prince of Dubai reviews the results of the public satisfaction survey into Dubai's COVID-19 response. The Deputy Ruler of Dubai praises the launch of Hewlett-Packard Enterprise's new innovation hub, the Digital Life Garage. In the business, Abu Dhabi has signed a deal to construct the world's largest solar plant, expected to be up and running in just 2 years' time. And in the sport, the fourth and final event of the UFC's Fight Island month in Abu Dhabi took place early this morning. Dubai Crown Prince and Chairman of the Executive Council of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, today reviewed the results of the public satisfaction survey into Dubai's COVID-19 response. The survey, which was conducted by the Dubai Government Excellence Programme, showed that overall Dubai's COVID-19 response received a public satisfaction rate of 88%. Sheikh Hamdan emphasised that the results of the survey reflect the government's strategic and comprehensive response to the COVID-19 pandemic and the relentless efforts of all frontline government entities and private institutions to ensure the health, safety and well-being of the community. His Highness Sheikh Maktoum bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Deputy Ruler of Dubai, has praised the launch of Hewlett-Packard Enterprise's new innovation hub in Dubai, the Digital Life Garage. Sheikh Maktoum said both the UAE and Dubai have a clear focus on being at the forefront of shaping the future of the global economy by accelerating the adoption of innovation and path-breaking technology through meaningful government-private sector cooperation. It is hoped that the Digital Life Garage will help to promote scientific research and result in groundbreaking innovations. The Ministry of Health and Prevention has announced 351 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total number of infections in the country close to 59,000. The latest figures follow more than 51,000 tests carried out over a 24-hour period. The ministry also revealed 554 new recoveries, taking the total to more than 52,000. Sadly, one fatality was also reported, taking the death toll to 344. New clinical trials for the third phase of the COVID-19 vaccine trial have begun in Abu Dhabi. More than 10,000 people from 20 different nationalities have now enrolled for the trials. The UAE is being hailed as the perfect place for such trials, given the diversity of the demographics. Abu Dhabi's Department of Health confirmed that volunteers of more than 20 nationalities have already come forward. Meanwhile, taking a look at the global numbers, and there are now more than 16 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 around the world. That's the latest from Johns Hopkins University, who say that more than 645,000 people have now died from the virus. The US has the highest number of infections, with more than 4.1 million and over 146,000 deaths. Brazil has the second highest at close to 2.4 million and a death toll of more than 81,000. India follows with close to 1.4 million cases and a death toll of 32,000. Russia has more than 811,000 confirmed cases and over 13,000 deaths. Meanwhile, South Africa is the fifth worst affected country in the world, with its total number of cases standing at more than 434,000 and almost 7,000 deaths. More than 10,000 people infected with COVID-19 have received treatment at the Pakistani Emirati military hospital in the city of Rawalpindi. The hospital was built at a cost of $108 million in 2013. The 1,400-bed facility was recently converted into a centre exclusively to treat those infected by the coronavirus. Its repurposing is part of the UAE's commitment to provide essential health and humanitarian supplies to nations grappling with the impact of the pandemic. Earlier, the UAE sent 3 shipments of medical aid to Pakistan weighing 18.3 tonnes, as well as 20,000 coronavirus testing devices. To the capital now, and more public beaches and parks have been reopened in Abu Dhabi, Al Ain and Al Dhafra with stringent safety rules in place. It marks the third stage of resumption of activities in the Emirates following the shutdown to curb the spread of the coronavirus. Making the announcement, the Department of Municipalities and Transport in Abu Dhabi reminded residents to maintain social distancing guidelines and to wear their masks at all times. Thermal cameras will be placed at entrances with groups limited to 5 people. Food and beverage outlets will operate at 30% seating capacity. Meanwhile, play areas will remain closed and parking spaces will be at 50% capacity. The UAE's Hope probe team received a special welcome when they landed at Abu Dhabi International Airport in the early hours of Saturday morning. Representatives from Abu Dhabi airports greeted the delegation at the VIP terminal and congratulated them on the successful launch of the Hope probe on July 20 from the Tanegashima launch pad in Japan. The probe is expected to reach the Mars orbit in February 2021, coinciding with the 50th anniversary of the UAE. Abu Dhabi police has called on drivers to reduce their speed near pedestrian crossings and to give way to people crossing the road at all times. During the first 6 months of this year, more than 15,500 violations were handed out for not giving way to pedestrians in designated areas and for not following the speed limit near pedestrian crossings. Drivers who fail to give way to people crossing the road will be fined 500 dirhams and receive 6 black points. The RTA has set up a digital platform to detect physical distancing violations between passengers on public buses in Dubai. The move is all part of continued efforts to curb the spread of COVID-19. Whenever a physical distancing breach is detected, the platform relays the route number, time and percentage of non-compliance to the Public Transport Agency Control Centre. The use of this technology has already resulted in RTA officials increasing services to ease congestion and leading to a reduction in violations. Sharjah Charity International distributed 9,200 meals to workers in July. Meals were handed out in areas densely populated with low-income workers, such as Al Hamra Free Zone. 1.8 million dirhams has also been allocated by the charity to provide 120,000 meals by the end of this year. Time now for a short break, but do stay with us here on Emirates News. The business is next. We'll find out how Abu Dhabi is planning to power 160,000 homes with solar power thanks to a huge new project. That and much more right after this break. Welcome back to Emirates News. Our top story tonight. The Dubai Crown Prince today reviewed the results of the Public Satisfaction Survey. The study, which was conducted by the Dubai Government Excellence Programme, showed that overall Dubai's COVID-19 response received a public satisfaction rate of 88%. And now it's time for the business. A major new deal has been announced that will see the world's largest solar power plant constructed in Abu Dhabi. A group led by Abu Dhabi National Energy Company, or TAQA, Mazda, France's EDF and Jinko Power will develop the world's largest solar plant with a capacity of 2 gigawatts. TAQA has called the deal a benchmark project for the UAE and the global energy sector. The project is expected to first come online in early 2022 and be fully up and running by the end of that year. Once complete, it will be able to provide 160,000 homes across the UAE with energy. If you're thinking of setting up a business in Dubai, you're not alone. More than 16,500 new business licenses were issued in the first half of this year across Dubai. New data issued from Dubai Economy today shows that Al Garhoud saw the largest jump in new businesses, accounting for 15% of the total. This was followed by the Burj Khalifa area, Oud Al Matina, the Trade Centre and Oud Meffa. The greatest interest was recorded for professional licenses, followed by commercial, with male applicants making up 97% of those who applied. More than 72.5 billion dirhams worth of transactions were reported in Dubai's real estate market in the first half of this year. New figures from the Dubai Land Department show that the increase in property transactions occurred despite the global health pandemic. Officials say the report shows that Dubai's property sector is gradually returning to normal, boosted by recent government stimulus packages. Last year, the real estate sector contributed more than 7% of Dubai's GDP. The DIFC has signed an important deal with a major Chinese fintech company to boost opportunities in both markets. China's Aussie fintech DreamWorks and the DIFC have signed an agreement that will see them collaborate in sectors like artificial intelligence, blockchain, big data and cloud computing, and hold workshops and training programs together. Based in Chengdu, fintech DreamWorks is home to around 300 fintech companies and 10,000 staff. It's hoped the agreement will help Dubai expand in the Chinese market and allow fintech DreamWorks the chance to develop its presence in the Middle East. The DIFC has attracted more than 200 fintech and associated companies in the last 3 years. Abu Dhabi has set up a new entity to oversee its maritime sector. Abu Dhabi Maritime will regulate all waterways in the Emirates as well as their marine ecosystems. Officials say the new body will ensure that Abu Dhabi attracts new investors and expands its maritime sector, as well as writing and enforcing maritime regulations. One of the first projects under their care will be the expansion of Delma Port, which is set to host more than 60 local fishing dhows, new slipways, a digitised booking system for boats and mooring facilities. The Department of Culture and Tourism Abu Dhabi has launched its Rediscover Abu Dhabi campaign. It's been designed to introduce a diverse range of exciting offers and activations for UAE residents at multiple locations across the Emirates all throughout the summer. In line with the safety measures implemented following the Go Safe certification, all certified entities and customer-facing staff will be tested for COVID-19 every 14 days. The campaign is part of DCT Abu Dhabi's ongoing efforts to enhance the offerings and tourism experience within the capital as the Emirate gradually reopens its establishments and services. The domestic campaign will include a variety of deals and offers across hotels and attractions, as well as the retail and F&B sectors. Authorities in Dubai are taking further steps to revive the tourism sector. Officials from the Emirates General Directorate of Residency and Foreigners Affairs have held talks with tourism companies to discuss the best way to grant tourist visas in the post-COVID-19 phase. The department is currently working closely with all stakeholders to facilitate the entry of travellers while ensuring compliance with the government's precautionary measures, as well as air travel protocols. It's hoped that Dubai's tourism industry will emerge quickly from the crisis with the gradual removal of air travel restrictions and the resumption of activities in vital sectors across the country. A young economist program has been launched in the UAE to nurture future leaders in the field of economics. The Federal Youth Authority will run the initiative, which will help Emiratis jumpstart their careers in economic organisations. It aims to produce a new generation of economists that can support the objectives of 2020 towards the next 50 and UAE Centennial 2071. The 3-month program will include more than 60 training sessions, technical workshops, as well as field visits and meetings with leading experts. Applicants must be between 21 and 35 years of age with an undergraduate degree in economics or related fields and an excellent command of Arabic and English. Tabreed, the National Central Cooling Company, has announced half-year net profits of more than 224 million dirhams. The results were driven by the acquisition of its downtown Dubai district cooling business and a long-term partnership with EMA. Tabreed also revealed that its group revenue increased by 6% to just over 710 million dirhams, up from just under 672 million during the same period last year. The UAE national football team are completing their first training camp in Al Ain with a new manager and new squad members. Colombian George Luis Pinto is the new head coach, and he has immediately picked the three players, Cal Canedo, Sebastian Tagliabue and Fabio de Lima, who received UAE citizenship at the start of the year. Pinto's task is to try and get the UAE qualified for the next FIFA World Cup in 2022, and their next qualification game is on October the 8th against Malaysia. The last event of the UFC's month-long stay in Abu Dhabi took place early this morning. Fight Island 3 saw 15 fights in Abu Dhabi today, which brings to a close its 4-fight series that has seen much of Yas Island closed off and quarantined all month, including the 1,500-strong workforce involved. UFC President Dana White has praised Abu Dhabi for staging the event safely, where more than 17,000 COVID tests were conducted since the start of Fight Island. White has also promised to return before the end of the year to bring another high-profile title fight to the UAE capital.
Very well.
Dubai Sports Council's Beach Sports Week has come to a close in Jumeirah. Kite Beach was hosting the initiative that saw 4 different beach sports disciplines. Teams competed in beach volleyball, foot volley, beach tennis and air badminton all weekend in an event that was designed by the Dubai Sports Council to re-engage beach sports fans who had missed competing during the pandemic. And competitive cricket has returned to the UAE for the first time in 5 months. The Emirates D10 features 6 teams from around the country, many of which include UAE national team players. Organised by the Emirates Cricket Board and being staged under strict safety measures, the event is being broadcast live online by Etisalat. And on that, we end tonight's program. Make sure you follow us. We are at Dubai One TV and at Emirates_news. Do continue to join us for our COVID-19 briefs throughout the day, as well as our regular 7:30 p.m. bulletin. Emirates News will be back again at the same time, same place on Monday night. Enjoy your evening, stay safe, and good night.